Hello everyone and welcome, this is Dalen from TellMeAboutGaming. Sit back, relax, and open up those ears because today we're going to be talking about the newly released indie game by the name of Nidhogg 2. Let's get into it. So before we get started, there's just two things I want to mention real quick. First of all, I apologize that I haven't uploaded in about a week. I've had a really bad cold and it's been super annoying. In fact, I'm still trying to get over it. I'm wrapped up in a blanket right now as I'm making this video, so I know that does suck, but hopefully it will be cleared up soon and I can get back to making some more content for you guys. Secondly, I want to give a shout out to this amazing new intro, at least I think it's amazing. The person who helped me with it did an amazing job, he made it for me and he was super awesome, super helpful. There's a link in the description below to his website. You can go check out the other work he's made, and if you need something done for yourself, go check him out. He's done an amazing job once again and I couldn't praise him enough for what he's done. So a huge thank you to him. With that being said, let's actually get started with the video. So let's start talking about this super weird game titled Nidhogg 2. Now at first glance, your first thought is probably, what the heck is this? Which, to be fair, is probably a pretty normal response. So let me tell you what this game actually is. Nidhogg 2 is one of the funniest, most entertaining, competitive, and most enjoyable indie games I have played in a super long time. It's plain out barrels of fun, and I don't think there's really many other ways to describe it. The gameplay you are currently watching was actually a best out of 3 tournament a friend and I had, and the last match was just absolutely nutty, so hopefully you all enjoy watching it. First up, let's discuss the art style. It's crazy, but in a good way. This is one of the most weird, interesting, and oddball art styles I think I have ever seen in a game. It's really just plain out insanity, but it works so well. It adds to the comedy of the game, it has a weird appeal to it, and it simply really makes Nidhogg 2 an extremely unique game with its own identity. I mean, seriously, there really isn't much else that I can think of that looks like this. Everything fits well together, the different environments look great and have a lot of variation from each other, and the customization that can be done to your character before a game is fun and a nice little addition, and it allows you to create a monster that you could only ever see in your nightmares. To sum it up, the art style is interesting, funny, unique, and well executed. There will be people out there who are going to hate it, but for me personally, I really enjoy it and I actually prefer it over the first game. So now I want to talk about the music and sound. It's good, but that's about it. Don't get me wrong, the music present in the game sounds nice, it flows together and fits well in the atmosphere, it gets the job done and it's fun to listen to, but it's really nothing more than good. It's not great, amazing, astonishing, or anything else, it's just plain out good. In terms of the sound design and effects, I think the same thing goes. It's not bad, it's not amazing, it's just decent. It does what it needs to, it gives the players valuable information about what is happening, and it sounds nice. I don't think I really have to sum this up in a huge paragraph. Everything I wanted to say has basically been said already. It's good, so let's just move on. This is where I would usually talk about the story in a game, but there really isn't one present in this game, so for that reason, I'm just going to skip over this section and let you know that if you were looking for the next Telltale game to be hidden in Nidhogg, you will be disappointed. This is just not that type of game. Let's actually start talking about the really important thing, that being the gameplay. This is where Nidhogg 2 absolutely shines with golden rays of an everlasting sunshine. Seriously, I don't think I can sum up in words not only how fun this game is, but also how competitively it can be taken. The first thing I want to address is the networking. I've seen quite a few people complain about issues with the online portion of the game, not registering things correctly or having network issues, but for me personally, I've had no issues whatsoever. In fact, the little best out of 3 game that you are all watching right now was against a friend of mine in Europe, so we're actually playing against each other from different continents, and I felt absolutely no lag or issues. This may just be luck on my side, so do be aware that there have been some complaints, but I cannot add anything to that from my own experiences as everything so far has worked great. Anyway though, let's actually start talking about the combat. It's fun, fast-paced, diverse, in-depth, and has a lot of potential in competitive play. There are 4 weapons in which you get to use, and for the main part, they all feel really nice and unique from each other. With that being said, however, there is one in particular that I am not a huge fan of, and that is the bow and arrow. Now let me explain why. Primarily, it just slows down the game. It feels very weird and different from the other weapons. It feels out of place, and I'm just not a huge fan. It can also be kind of used to annoy people if you time it correctly. You can basically spawn kill people without them even getting a chance to react, and while you can counter it, sometimes it just plain out gets annoying, and I don't personally feel like it's that fun of a weapon to use. Every time I spawned with the bow, I was really unhappy and just wanted to get onto the next weapon, and every time an enemy had a bow, it was just kind of annoying and I didn't enjoy playing against it. With that being said, however, the other weapons feel really nice and I have no complaints about them. Now, in terms of the actual gameplay, for those of you who do not know, Nidhogg is a pretty simple game. It's basically a 1v1 2D game where you fight each other and the only goal is to get to the other side of the screen. So you can do that by either defeating your opponent, just jumping over him and running for it, or whichever means you can find to win. This is a very fun, simple concept, and it's executed very well in Nidhogg, and I think that's the reason the first one was so well received. And number 2 basically keeps that same formula, it just polishes things up a little, and it sticks to what it does best, and it still feels great. In terms of game modes, there's your offline single player, you can go against a bot in an arcade mode, you can play against your friends in local competitive play, or you can play online against others in ranked or unranked modes, but for the main part it stays pretty much the same. It's a 1v1 and you just try to get to the other side of the screen. It's basic, but it's once again well executed and works very well. Overall, I'm a huge fan of the gameplay. It's just super fun, addictive, it's quick and easy to get into, but at the same time it's hard to master and you can definitely outplay your opponent quite a bit. There's a lot of things to learn in this game, but once again you can easily just pick it up and have a good time with your friends. Now, with that being said, let's actually sum up what I overall think about the game. I think it's really good. I think it's a fun time, it's a good experience, it's well made, and I don't have many complaints. Now, with that being said, for the price point being asked, I don't know if I can really recommend it for that much money. I wish it was like $5 or $6 cheaper, but if you do have the money to spend and you are interested in the game, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. The one piece of advice I do have is that if you do not have friends to play this game with, I can't really see how fun it's going to be. If you want to take it super competitively, then you might enjoy it, but without friends it definitely loses a lot of that funness, if that's even a word. It's not a word, but we're going to stick with it because why not? It loses all that funness. So everyone, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun playing the game and it was a super good time. This is a little disclaimer, I was provided a review copy by the developers, so a huge thank you to them for doing that, and I just wanted to make you guys aware. With that being said, once again, hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thank you so very much for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see your beautiful minds in the next video. Oh, and before I forget, there's like 15 seconds left in this gameplay in this tournament, so stick around and see what happens. Bye-bye. If you wish to support the channel and want to assist me in my continued creation of videos, there are several ways of doing so. First of all, you can head on over to teespring.com/tellmeaboutgaming to check out the official merch for the channel and maybe consider picking something up to show your support. You can also head over to my Patreon at patreon.com/tellmeaboutgaming for exclusive rewards and information and to offer continued support to the channel. Also, you can follow me on Twitter in order to stay up to date with the channel and everything that is going on. And finally, just simply liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment helps me out. Thanks everyone.